so let's go into inside of the tent. This is my favorite part because like I said earlier, it is a home away from home. So I really like to just bring that ambiance. And first on my list is room fresheners. You all, if you know me, I am so big on scents. I have to have room fresheners inside of my tent. And what I like to do is do different ones. So one tip I have is if you are like me and you like those little car fresheners, go get you a car freshener. Get your favorite scent, open it up, and just sit it somewhere in your tent, and it's gonna fill up your tent with this nice aroma. Because when you're just inside of a tight space, you can just, things can get unpleasant really quick. Another tip I have is Bath and Body Works room sprays. Those things are the bomb diggity. I don't know if you guys seen any of my other videos where I'm using them, but I tend to like to spray those all around my house. It's so good, and all you need is one little spray. I think Walmart sells some too. They have some really nice scents. So if you wanted to try Walmart instead of Bath & Body Works, it's like a more concentrated room spray. And all you need is one spray. And sometimes you can do that when you're headed out of your tent, so when you come back, it's just fresh. Or if you just need a blast of smell good, you just spray it. Okay, so I want to speed it up a little bit. Room fresheners are a must. Like, it just makes the ambiance so much better in the tent. And yeah, you can't go wrong with it because you can't really use candles. Sometimes we bring our incense, and of course we don't try to burn it directly inside, but if we do, we'll kind of hold it and walk around and then bring it back outside. But whatever you can do to make your tent smell good, I highly recommend it because you want a fresh environment. Another tip is to bring absorbent pads. Now you can find these at Dollar Tree. They're called the puppy pads, the puppy pee pads. But what it does is help. You can lay it like right at the front of your door. It really helps with catching dirt, debris. If it was raining and you have to take off wet shoes right when you're entering your tent, that'll be the first thing you step on. You can also place one outside because you could take your shoes off right there. And then if you don't want to leave your shoes outside, you can just place them on one inside of the tent close to the door. So I really like for everybody to step on that prior to, stepping around the tent, because the tent can get dirty really quick. Which leads me to my next tip. Bring a broom. That is just like a necessity, but if you want to step it up a little bit, another tip that I have is get you a handheld vacuum. One of those car vacuums. A lot of them are USB chargeable, are battery operated. Whatever you can find, those handheld vacuums really come in handy, and I've been using that for years now, and it's such a lifesaver because sometimes you could just keep sweeping for days, but things would just continue to fly around. But if you get that vacuuming things up really quick, or if it's like something that flew on the table, I'll just get the handheld vacuum. Like, it really is handy. So I definitely encourage you to go out and get you one of those. Okay, so another way to make your inside environment comfy is to bring you some house shoes. Bring you some slippers, some comfortable shoes, because you don't want to, just like you do, most people do at their homes, they take the shoes off at the door. You want to do the same for your tent. Like, just because you're outdoors doesn't mean you want the inside of your tent to get dirty. And then a lot of us, like myself, I have babies who I put things down, like blankets or things down for the baby to crawl around. And I don't want people stepping on it with their shoes. So what we are going to have, and I encourage you to have, is some comfortable, nice pillow top slippers. Don't it just sound good? Like, you're just walking around all day, hiking, visiting people around, your area. And when you come back home, or when you come back to your tent, you want to just be comfortable, right? So get you some comfy slippers. Make sure you pack them, and just have them right there at the door. So when you take those shoes off, you can put on your slippers right away. And since we're talking about slippers, let's go into another tip. Because we're outdoors, you may shower in your privacy tent, or you may shower at one of the utility bathrooms on the campground. However, you do want to bring you some shower shoes. I highly recommend bringing shower shoes. Even, you know, when I went off to college, or even as a child going to visit other people, like, I just felt like having shower shoes was just always necessary, because you don't want to just have your bare feet on anything, you know. And even if it's your own privacy tent, like being able to get in your privacy tent and then step out, you still have to walk back to your tent. So you do want to have something on your feet, or you're just gonna pick up dirt on your feet all over again. So I highly recommend you pack you some shower shoes. And I know we spoke about chairs earlier, but I'm gonna bring it back a little bit, because I did mention bringing a sturdy chair, and that's more so, you know, for your long-term use. However, if you do have a spare chair that you can leave behind in your tent, that can be more of the comfortable lounging chair. I remember one Feast of Tabernacles, two Feast of Tabernacles, we had a tent where it was like a outdoor patio. If you guys, I'm gonna link the video up above so you can go see. But it had a little outdoor patio connected to it. So we like to lounge out there. It was like netted in. So we'll put our chair out there and we'll just sit back, you know, say hi to folk walking by. It was really nice. So I really recommend, you know, lounging chairs, more relaxed chairs to keep behind. That way you have something to sit on, and you don't always have to sit on the bed or the cots when you do come back. It really helps, and I didn't think of that in the beginning, and now I realize how much it helps. And I'm like, I've seen some people get like inflatable couches, and I'm like, what? But it's the same concept. You really want something to sit down on, opposed to, you know, the bed, because the air mattress, if you have an air mattress, it's like, it's gonna move, right? It's not gonna be sturdy. And then the cots, sometimes it like dips in the middle and you gotta sit on the right. So it's not all that great. So if you can, put up your foldable chair, the sturdy one. But if you have extra comfy chairs, I would just say leave it up. You don't even have to touch those. Just think of them as your couch, your camping couch. And that's what everybody can sit on, you know, as you're going in and out of the tent. Make sure, this is another tip, make sure you have multiple in a variety of different lights, okay? A headlamp is those little lights you put on your forehead. You really need that, you know, inside and outside your tent, because sometimes the tent lights, depending on what lights you have, sometimes they're just not enough, and those headlamps really help you, you know, move around and look and see what it is that you're trying to do. Sometimes it can be bright, so be cautious of that when you're talking to people and looking at people in their face. Really be cautious of that. Try to put it down. But have multiple different types of light. Like there's little small lights that you can tap or push a button that you can leave around the tent. Then there's some that you can hang on your tent that has like a fan mechanism. There's glow sticks that you can put around just to have like something lit up. There's the string lights you can put around inside and outside of your tent. Get you multiple different lights because it gets dark. Y'all know we're outside. It's no street lights. Okay, a sister reminded me of this tip, and I think it's a really important safety tip. Bring a fire extinguisher. They also have fire spray cans, but bring you a fire extinguisher. We're typically cooking pretty close to our tent. Some people have, you know, cooked inside of their tents, which I don't recommend because it's very, you know, it's not safe. So I highly recommend you pack a small fire extinguisher if you can. Like pack it with your safety kit. Just as important as that emergency safety kit is, you want to make sure that fire extinguisher is included in that list, okay? And this is to help you. It may help somebody next to you. It may help somebody in your vicinity. It really helps. You just never know what can happen, and just having that on your person is really smart. Okay, and this one goes into you know, having fresh breath. You know, there are bathrooms and restrooms out there where you can go use the sinks, you know, and there might be multiple people in there, so you may have to just wait your turn. However, we are camping, and sometimes you have to just get into the camping outdoor spirit, and sometimes that involves doing different things that you don't normally do at home, like using a sink. Get you some travel size toothpaste, mouthwash, whatever you like, and you're gonna just brush your teeth in the wilderness. You like over in the grass area, brush your teeth, spit, use a water bottle if you have, or you know, pour you some water, whatever you have, pour it, rinse, spit, and then put some mouthwash if you use mouthwash. And then the other thing that you can do, a natural way, is to suck on some cloves. Cloves really help with oral hygiene. Not only does it cleanse your mouth, but it keeps it fresh. Cloves have a nice aroma to it. So if you can, you know, just carry around some cloves and suck on them and spit them out here and there, and it'll help so much. Trust me, it'll help. And it's really good for the immune system. So that's another tip. Okay, another big tip that I have learned over the years: leave items that you are not using in your car. Like, I really swear by this, because I used to try to just take everything out of the car, like unpack the car, put it all in the tent. But I'm like, half of this stuff I'm not even using. So if you don't need everything all at once, I highly recommend you leave it in the car. And this is to say, if your car is close by, you know, if you gotta walk a distance to your car, I kind of don't recommend this, but typically you can, you know, park your vehicle next to where you are camping. But like I said, if it's far off, get as many things out of the car as you can. But for this tip, this is for those who have their car close by. I really encourage you to just leave as many items in the car as possible. Like, for example, if you've packed all your children's clothes in baggies, you may need to just go to the car and grab, you know, that day's worth of clothes. You don't have to bring the whole bin or suitcase or wherever you have it into your tent, just taking up space. You know, utilize your car. Utilize your car as a little separate storage unit, and it helps a lot. You know, to each their own, but that's one of my tips. Okay, so I'm gonna just go through a few more things that make your tent feel homey. So you can use rugs. We talked about rugs. Rugs, get you a pretty rug, a nice rug, or it don't even have to be pretty if you're a brother. Look, get you a dope rug, a rug that makes you feel good when you come back to your tent. Like, get you something that makes you feel comfortable, like you're still at home, you know? Get you an outdoor mat. An outdoor mat is so cute. They have them at Dollar Tree, y'all. They have some cute outdoor mats at Dollar Tree. Hobby Lobby have some on sale. Y'all, get you an outdoor mat. It makes you feel like you're welcoming yourself back to your little outdoor home. It's just such a cute added touch to make your tent feel homey. Air fresheners, we talked about that. Room scents, room smells, the concentrated ones. Anything that can make your tent smell good. Cinnamon sticks, whatever it is. Incense, string lights, fans. Fans really help with circulation. So if you can have fans, get multiple fans. If you don't have electric, try to get battery operated fans, but try to keep something, especially at nighttime, circulating the air. And there are little vent sections on the tent. Even if it's cold, leave those vents open. That's another tip. Leave those vents open. That's for circulation. Don't try to close it because it's cold. I know it's cold and I get it, but tents are built differently. We're in booths, okay? We didn't build our own booth, so we're utilizing tents. However, they built the tents mimicking certain things in traditional homes to keep, you know, us comfortable and safe. So you have to keep those vents open, and then if you have fans, it helps with, you know, continuing that circulation. So get you some fans, and you just never know when it's gonna be warm. Okay, another thing, which this is gonna be in my children's section, so stay tuned because I have a whole nother video with tips for camping with children and babies, so you don't want to miss. But this tip is to have a sound machine. Sound machines really help with allowing the kids to like settle down and relax, or even yourself, because I'll be using it for me sometimes. Well, most of the time I'll be using it for me and the kids. It really helps with, you know, just calming everybody down, getting everybody relaxed. Sometimes there's still extra noise outside of your tent. Sometimes, you know, the bugs and animal noises can get to you. So just putting a more familiar sound like water or whatever the sound may be on your sound machine, it really helps. So I really highly recommend it. And even for just adults, you know, it really helps you just to relax because you're not in a familiar space, you know, and then sometimes there's just still people outside talking or playing music, and sometimes you want to sleep. So a sound machine really helps, and they have portable cordless ones that you can use. So charge it up, pack it up, and bring it along. 2 more tips before I close out this video. Shop Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has so many camping essentials. Like I said, this was not an all-inclusive list, so I didn't get to go into every single detail, every single tip, every single item. However, make your list. Whatever you need, I recommend you stop at Dollar Tree first. Dollar Tree has so many camping items, you will be so surprised. And then the next best option would be what? Walmart, you know, and Amazon. So those are just some tips on where you can shop for your items. I do have an Amazon storefront you could check out. There's a camping section where a lot of the items that I've spoken about and talked about in some of the videos are there, and I will be updating it because I do have to update that list. But you can go check it out, and Lord's will, that can help you. And the last tip above all is keep the feast. Just keep the feast, y'all. Whether you are going to a campsite, whether you have to do it indoors, whether you have to do it in your backyard, whether you have to just do it in your bedroom by your solo, just keep the feast with joyfulness. Learn every year what you can do better the next year. Lord's will, life lasts. You know, it's not all about doing everything perfect each year, but any tips that you can get and take and apply it to your life, do so. And above all, be safe and enjoy the Feast of Tabernacles. Shalom.